Man, what is good, YouTube? It's your boy. I'm back with another reaction video. And I'm back to reacting to metas, man. I seen a lot of comments saying, asking me to react to the JoJo stuff again. And I was gonna get to it, you know what I'm saying? Because, most of my subscribers is from there, so why the fuck would I not keep reacting to it? But I said in another video that, like, no one watched, but anyway. I said in another video that yeah, I just had some real life shit going on to where like I wasn't able to record. And I kind of am now, but like, hopefully I'm in a better place a couple months from now to where, I can record a little easier or a lot easier, I should say. But yeah, that's about it for me. I know y'all want me to hurry up and get into this video. Y'all don't want to hear about my problems. All right, but let's get into the video.
Okay, I have been doing one of these in a fat bit. Let's get this started, baby. Crossover battle. Alright, so for the people wondering how I came up with this idea for the Stardust Crusaders to fight the Sound 4 or just overall do the Sasuke Retrieval arc came to be in a vision, aka the Shower of the
Hold
Arc.
on.
And I thought, that's pretty good. Why don't I actually do a video on that? As I've always found the idea of teams in anime.
Wait, before I continue. Oh, wait, am I? I was lagging for a second. Before I continue the video, I just want to say, I don't know much about JoJo's other than what I've reacted to, right? But listen, Stardust Crusaders, I don't know who that is. Wait, beat the Sasuke Retrieval arc. So what does he mean by that? Like, can the Stardust Crusaders beat the Sound 4? I just heard him say Sound 4, so that must be what it is. Or, oh, beat the arc, as in can they complete the arc in the same way Naruto Squad did? So yeah, beat the Sound 4, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. I mean, I feel like I've. Are you? Is he comparing like adult characters to like kids? I don't know. I feel like the JoJo niggas would win. And I'm a Naruto. I'm a Narutard. Is that what they say? Narutard, as you can see from the hoodie right here. But yeah, let's keep watching the.
Anime trying to do this.
Damn, this video is 30 minutes.
In
Jesus.
early Naruto to be very fascinating, at least in the power scaling sense. On top of that, the idea of jutsu and stands in a versus battle is just very interesting in and of itself, at least to me. So having the Stardust Crusaders just try to do the Sasuke Retrieval arc is just really cool. That's why I want to mainly do it. Plus, I've been in a Naruto One Piece mood as of late, so you might get a One Piece video. I don't know.
One Piece is real.
So the first thing I need to get out the way is the conditions of the fight. How the matchup's going to play out, what's it looking like, it's just going to be one giant group battle, or is it going to be very similar to the story? In this scenario, just to keep it all simple, I'm just going to make it very similar to the part 1 Naruto story of the Sasuke Retrieval arc to mostly a T. What I mean by mostly is literally replacing Shikamaru's group with Stardust Crusaders. That's about it. I know people...
Yeah, that's grown ass
Stardust
niggas.
Crusaders here. I don't know. Plot. I don't really know. This is just for funnies. We're just using the video for hypothetical purposes for this fight to occur. That's about it. That's mainly what's going to happen. I'm going to try to make the matchups, I think, the most interesting as possible for a lot of the cases here. For some of them, it's just mainly out of, I just didn't have any people left, so they just have to fight each other. So with all that basic information out the way, let's actually get into the fight. So how the Stardust Crusaders go from Konoha to eventually fighting the Sound 4 to begin with is probably due to a combination of Star Platinum's incredible vision and perception, Kakuin's overall intelligence using context clues, and the ability of Hermit Purple, thanks to Joseph, making a map of probably where there are. From here, it plays out very similar to the original story, where Jirobo probably is the first one to actually attack and use the chakra-sucking barrier to enclose the Stardust Crusaders. From here, the Sound 4, or I guess the Sound 3, bounce from this location. Now the Stardust Crusaders have to find a way out, and this is where we're gonna enter the whole...
You know what? To be fair, I said he's putting adults against kids, but I mean the Sound 4 were killing adults in the Leaf Village. They were killing niggas when they infiltrated with Orochimaru, right? I feel like they killed somebody. I feel like they killed some people when they infiltrated. I could be wrong though. I can't remember all of Naruto.
Jutsu's work against stand users arguments. That's probably going to pop up a lot during this video. So, in specific with this scenario, the barrier...
I mean, Gaara was killing niggas.
Thing, and I'm going to clarify this a lot of times within the video. The Stardust Crusaders Crusaders don't have chakra. They are not like the humans in the Naruto universe. They are not biologically born with a chakra network in their system, meaning that most techniques, and in specific in this scenario right here with Jiroba's barrier, it wouldn't hold them back and the group can destroy the barrier almost instantly. A similar scenario happened in part 3 where Jotaro and Star Platinum, with the power to bust diamonds, broke down a barrier very similar to this, but it just didn't absorb chakra, so they literally would be fine here. Unless Jirobo's barrier was harder than diamonds, but I doubt that, as there's no evidence saying that it is. Now I'd like to clarify here, the scaling for the Sound 4 is probably a bit murky, as in the actual arc they did fight a bunch of Jonin before fighting the actual main group. That leads them to be a bit
Yeah.
weaker, so the scaling here could
See?
be actually a bit off,
I
but
said
since
that.
we never see their full power, I really can't determine how strong they actually are. Which brings me into who is going to fight Jirobo.
But that doesn't mean, just because, I wouldn't say that makes the power scaling wacky. 'Cause he said they took out Jonin right before they fought the main group, which makes it seem wacky. But no, you can just say that those group of kids just were stronger than those Jonin. Like, Naruto was stronger than a lot of niggas in the village. But the thing is, the separator, like Naruto, in terms of chakra and just pure power, he was stronger than probably everyone in the village. Like, I don't want to say everyone, other than like maybe the third Hokage and maybe some others. But even Kakashi himself said that Naruto had way more chakra than Kakashi would ever have. Like, it wasn't close. But the thing, he didn't know how to control it. He didn't know how to. He basically had a bunch of power, but didn't know how to direct it. Pretty much, like, the way when he would use jutsu, he would pour too much chakra into the jutsu, which would cause the jutsu to be bad. Which is why Naruto struggled with the shadow clone in the beginning, and yeah, because he would pour too much chakra into his jutsu because he didn't know how to conserve it right. He didn't know how to use it. So he had the chakra, he had the power, he didn't know how to use it. So like maybe Shikamaru and them know how to use their chakra better than those Jonin did. Like, it could be something like that, or those Jonin maybe knew how to use pinpoint their chakra a little better, which allowed them to raise or to rank compared to those Naruto's group who they were just stronger, had more natural talent, shit like that. I don't know. I do like. I'm not disagreeing with him there because I could see where he's saying, because Naruto does have a lot of points in the story where like the power scaling is ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So
one for the rest of the team to lead.
just thought I'd give
And
my
I
2 cents on
personally think
that.
for a more interesting fight mirroring the Choji versus Jirobo fight would be Joseph versus Jirobo. The reason why I chose this was just because of the fact of the similarities between, like, oh, Joseph's weaker in part 3 and Choji's supposed to be the weakest of the group supposedly, so I thought that was a pretty cool similarity, so that's why I chose this matchup. So coming into this match, both Jirobo and Joseph have
Wait,
very
Choji was the weakest of the group? I would have said Kiba. I would have said, oh well, no, you could say Choji, I guess. Nah, when I was a kid, I would have said Choji. But now that I like have hindsight, okay, yeah, at this time it was probably Choji. But like now that I have hindsight of how strong they become, yeah, it's Kiba. Kiba literally didn't improve at all in Shippuden at all. Did he even do a new jutsu? I remember him and Akamaru did some shit, but like they did like the double twin headed dog or triple. It was, they added like another head to their transformation.
Their stats, at least in their base forms. So quickly going over Jirobo first, he is very powerful, but he's not one of the strongest of the Sound 4. When it comes to his overall AP, or his attack potency, it varies. In his base form, we knew that he could kick Sasuke's ass pretty well, as the rest of the Sound 4 did, placing him somewhere in city block level at bare minimum, as this is a Sasuke post Land of Waves arc and the tuning exams. Now when it comes to his higher levels in his curse mark states, of course being at maximum level 2, his maximum AP output should be around town level at the highest, as he's throwing around a Choji who is massive. So when it comes to his speed, this is where all the Sound 4 and technically the Sound 5 get a little bit weird, as there is no speed scaling within this fight, or at least the whole arc in general. At the best you could go speed blitzing an early Sasuke within this arc, hypersonic. The highest you could possibly go would be high hypersonic with Jirobo. That's about it. You can't really go any higher. Now, there are other characters within this arc that are possibly faster, but Jirobo is not one of them. So when it comes to Jirobo's durability, I think it's probably about the same as his attack potency. There's not really a lot of evidence saying it's any higher or any lower, so I think that's about pretty fair for him, honestly speaking. Now moving on to Joseph Joestar. In terms of AP in part 3, he's somewhere probably in building level plus at max, as he was able to kill the Empress, a stand that was connected to his body, and we know in previous parts, like part 2, his durability was way higher as he was fighting characters like Wamu and ACDC who were significantly times stronger than him and was still able to beat them in that part and were able to outlast them thanks to his
I
own
just hold on.
abilities.
I just want to say something real quick, cause like I'm watching this and I'm listening, and like out of all the JoJo stuff that I reacted to, and like even the episodes that I've watched from the anime, and listen, JoJo's fans, don't attack me, okay? But I really don't understand what y'all niggas see in JoJo's, bro. I don't see it. It's cool, I'm not gonna say I don't see it because I see it. I see the potential. I see where I would like it. Like I see some aspects, but like it seems so goofy. I don't know how to explain it. Like JoJo seems so. I shouldn't say goofy because all none of anime is fucking real, but like JoJo seems so out of this world goofy that I just can't take it serious. Like the I don't know. Maybe it's the coloring. I can't say the colors. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Like when I watch like Hunter x Hunter, no, because that anime has colors all over the fucking place. I was gonna say maybe I just like more dark, gritty anime, but that's not it, bro. Because every anime I've watched, I don't think I can even name a dark, gritty anime that I've watched. Like every anime is like colorful, right? Most of them. I guess like Tokyo Ghoul. I don't know, but um, like when I watch something like Hunter x Hunter, that show can tie me to the characters so easily, or like, or even Akame got killed. A show like that where the characters are barely there for that long, or like that's one of those shows where like they really kill niggas off, and that show can still make you grasp onto the characters. Maybe not all of them. Maybe not all of them. Like the main character, he was pretty bad. I don't even remember his name. I guess you could say it was Akame, but it was the I would say it was the guy. I forgot his name. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about the JoJo's characters that doesn't grasp me. The only one that grasps me is I forgot her name. Damn, what's her name? The one with the green lips. She's like the main character in like part 6 or some shit. I forget her name. I think she was JoJo's daughter, or she was somebody's one of part of the JoJo family or something. I think it was Jotaro. Was she Jotaro's daughter? Something like that. But she was like the only character that like I really fucked with for real. But like everyone in JoJo's, I don't know, man. They just don't catch my eye. They're, or no, not catch my eye, but like they catch my eye. They all catch my eye because they all have crazy character designs. But like they, in terms of like just looking at them, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it for real.
While not in his physical prime anymore, the Empress, of course, takes his physical attributes while being connected to him and defeated Empress by just literally squeezing her to death with Hermit Purple. Now, moving on to his speed, this is where it gets a massive difference between these two, is that Joseph Joestar is probably still, even in his old age, faster than Light or massively faster than Light, as Joseph is able to react to Polnareff, a character with a stand that is at a Light speed level, bare minimum, who has fought stands who are massively faster than Light on multiple occasions. And in some cases has enough speed to out showcase Star Platinum, like in the fight against High Empress. So saying Joseph's speed somewhere in FTL to massively FTL is pretty fair. And when it comes down to durability, very similar to Jirobo, it's probably the same as his AP, so somewhere in building level plus. So unlike Jirobo, who is a character who just uses physical strength and jutsus that show off his physical strength, Joseph has a larger repertoire of abilities to go back on. Of course, the biggest one being here Hamon, as it has a very, very large repertoire of things you can do with it. There is an entire wiki page on it, as most of all Hamon users basically have the same techniques, just with a different variation to them. The biggest ones here are going to be the ones that manipulate another person's body, as Hamon can do that. And now thanks to Hermit Purple, a ability that Jirobo cannot see because stand users can only see other stand users' stands, would be totally blind to, as that now gives Joseph a longer range to use his Hamon abilities. On top of the fact that Hamon can enhance Joseph's body to an incredibly high level at times if he needs it, but of course he's not in his prime anymore, so that can be, I guess, debated on. So, who do I think is going to win this fight? Well, I think this is going to be a bit controversial to say, but I think it might end up in a draw. While Jirobo definitely has the durability and the AP advantage, Joseph has the experience, the hack advantage, and the speed advantage here. And the fact that Jirobo can't see stands. I just don't think Joseph is going to do enough damage to Jirobo to actually significantly damage him enough to knock him out. And
This is a bad versus. I feel like. Why did he do like? Because I feel like most groups from any other anime would beat the shit out of the Sound Four. The Sound Four is not that cold for real. Like, unless he includes Kimimaru, that'll make it tough. I'm not gonna lie. But like, if we're talking about just the four of them, eh. Well, no, I take that back. It's really just Jirobo, I guess. From now that I'm thinking about it, Sakana and Yukon, they were okay. They just split their bodies. They was alright. I'd say Tayuya, Kitamaru, and Kimimaru. Those are the threats of the Sound Four. I would say.
on the other side of that, Jirobo's not fast enough to hit Joseph, as, newsflash, massively faster than light versus hypersonic is a massive difference in speed, FYI. I just think it's going to be some variation of a draw. Either Joseph dies or Jirobo dies, leading to either one of them being knocked out so they don't participate in the rest of the fight. There's just a lot of variations on how these characters can get knocked out, but I just don't think they're going to play a significant part after this fight in some way. Very similar to how it went down in the original story. If anything, if somebody wanted a more like concrete answer, it'd probably end up with Jirobo dying with an unconscious Joseph, as Joseph was fighting pillarmen who are significantly smarter than basically the entire human population in JoJo's, having IQs.
See, when you say shit like that, it just rubs me the wrong way. The entire human population. It just sounds so stupid when you say it out loud, bro. There's no way you hear something like that and you're like, that sounds cool. It just sounds stupid. Like it just sounds stupid to say. Like I don't know. Like when you think of Itachi, you think of Itachi, right? Like you think there's not many people you would think is smarter than him, but you're not gonna out loud say, "Oh, Itachi's the smartest nigga in the world." Like no one would say that, or even Madara. And look what the fuck Madara did. That nigga was planning shit for like what, decades, just planning shit,
So
and
basically,
he actually succeeded. Well, kind of, almost.
they're on some Itachi level shit.
Oh, see, he just said Itachi. It's funny that he mentioned Itachi right there.
So, moving on to our next fight being Kidomaru versus Kakyoin, the long-range users of both groups respectively. And starting off with the easiest one here to scale would be Kakyoin. With Kakyoin's probably biggest claim to fame in terms of AP was harming Polnareff during his fight against Jay Guile and Whole Horse. Polnareff being the guy who was able to fight Avdol and Star Platinum during the events of Stardust Crusaders, meaning that his durability is incredibly high. Somewhere, and not
Oh, buffer.
the spoilers further in the video of how some of his character scaling goes, would be somewhere in between like town level to the highest you could possibly go. Between like town level to the highest you could possibly.
Oh my bird. Oh my gosh.
Very, very powerful. I think a large mountain level. And since Kakyoin was able to harm somebody like Polnareff, who's fought these characters who are very, very powerful, I think the greatest AP you could give Kakyoin would be either like town level at bare minimum to at least at the highest scaling like large town level plus. Now when it comes to Kakyoin's speed, very similar to Joseph, he did react to High Empress, meaning at the highest his speed scaling would go would be somewhere in massively faster than light, and at the lowest during his Jay Guile fight he was reacting to light, so he would be light speed at the lowest end. So in terms of durability, this is where we enter the fun zone. It's a bit interpretative, as when Kakyoin gets hit, he gets hit really hard, so he's kind of the glass cannon of the group. The greatest thing he was able to withstand slash endure was Dio's fatal shot to the gut that he took, and he was able to survive for a little bit after that. So I think the most I could give him is maybe like what, large building durability at best, which
What
is
is this
pretty consistent
durability?
as that's what Jotaro did to him at the beginning of
The way
part
he
3.
explains it is
But we know
funny.
Kakyoin gets
By
stronger
using
since
like
then,
buildings
so
and
it's a
city
bit weird.
level
And
shit like that. What is building? I'm actually curious. What the hell is building like level type power?
Of course, Kakyoin's
Like he
greatest
can blow
ability
up a
with
building?
Hierophant Green
That's it.
again would be his 20-meter Emerald Splash, which is basically a giant radius of 20 meters, which if you were to accidentally touch one of his tentacles, you're going to get hit with an Emerald Splash. And I mean like a lot of the Emerald Splashes in this 20 meters, as it's basically almost impossible to get out of it. Now moving on to Kidomaru, in terms of his stats, they're basically scaling off Jirobo's here, as it's stated plenty of times that he's just stronger than him, meaning that his AP and durability would be basically about the same, just slightly being above that. That would also go for speed as well, but like I said before, the Sound Force speed feats are a bit weird, so it still would be basically be in high hypersonic for now. Overall, when it comes to his kit, it's a lot more diverse than Jirobo's. Spider summoning would be one of his bigger ones, as he is able to summon a giant spider that can have more spiders to help him in battle. His sticky gold technique, which basically just makes him more durable as his sweat becomes metallic in nature, and his ability to spit webs. I technically don't know if this is a chakra-based ability or just something part of his biology. On top of that, his curse mark at level 2
Nah,
makes
that gotta
him
be
a lot
chakra.
stronger, 10
What?
times powerful, just like Jirobo.
That's definitely
but which
chakra.
overall just shows him being a
Yeah,
lot more
because what's his name? Datara. Datara had something similar to where like he could chew up his clay. And yeah, nah, it was definitely chakra. It was definitely chakra.
accurate with his abilities, as
Gotta
he's
be.
able to make massive arrows that do quite a lot of damage, but he cannot be in this form for very long as it takes a toll on his body. Overall, who do I think wins this fight? In terms of stats alone, Kakyoin technically has this in the bag. On top of the fact that the 20-meter Emerald Splash is basically hidden from Kidomaru, as of course he's not a stand user, so he can't see.
Bruh, he just made this video to
So
shit on
basically,
Naruto.
Kidomaru would be
I
in one
swear.
giant trap which he
Bro,
couldn't
come
figure out
on.
where he's being hit from at
The
any
whole
time.
stand
And since
thing, I'm just not feeling it. Cause real like no one can see this shit. So you'd have to allow them to see it. And this is all hypothetical. So like, they're not real. So like, bro, to make it fun, I feel like he should have allowed them to see the stands. 'Cause, like it's dumb. It's dumb if you can't. What's the point? What's the point in any of these if you can't see their stands? You can't fight them. Just to make it fun, just to see who would actually win the fight. At least allow them to see the stands. I don't know. That's just my. That's what I think.
since Kakyoin is the character to lay out traps and is the tactical genius of the Stardust Crusaders, being something similar to Shikamaru, he definitely lay out some stuff to where Kidomaru would be just basically getting hit the entire time. I feel like this is slightly one-sided due to the fact that he can't see Hierophant Green or the 20-meter Emerald Splash. So this is the part of the video where we get into the interesting Naruto scaling involving Kidomaru that might flip this fight upside down. It is stated by Kidomaru that he has fought Kimimaru at some point back during when the Sound 4 was the Sound 5. And to cut it briefly here, Kimimaru, apparently with some scaling I'll get into later in the video, has mountain level AP and mountain level durability. If Kidomaru has anything even close to any of that scaling, he definitely beats Kakyoin in a fight, as basically those stats mirror Star Platinum the World and Jotaro Kujo. So overall, I would say Kakyoin wins, but I put an asterisk next to it saying that Kidomaru could possibly win depending on how that fight originally went. We just don't know a lot about it. Even then, with Kakyoin winning, I think he'd probably be damaged enough to where he probably couldn't participate in any other fights regardless if he won or not, but we'll just leave it at that. So coming up next is a fight that, well, these two people, I didn't really know where else to put them, so I kind of defaulted on them fighting each other. Palmer versus Teyuya. I swear, some of these Naruto names get me messed up, dude. Teyuya is kind
You
of
just
an
said Paul
interesting
Nerf. That the Jodo's names mess me up. I'm not gonna. Bro, oh, I guess they are pretty normal. Paul Nerf, Tayuya. I don't know. I guess
for scaling a little bit.
I ain't
As
mad
when
at
it
him.
comes to her AP, she
Honestly, I
definitely
think Naruto. I think Naruto has some of the easier names, and like when you're talking about like main shonen anime, Naruto has some of the easier names. I think so. I would say Naruto and Dragon Ball Z, cause like The new anime nowadays, bro, them names are Japanese as hell. Like Naruto's so easy to say, or even Sasuke, but like Yuji, I forgot his last name. I don't even remember. Or like um Demons Tanjiro, I forgot his last name. Like they're hard to say. I guess their first names aren't, but the whole name is hard. I guess I don't know.
Scales above
Now there's
Geronimo,
definitely
as
other
she quite
characters I'm just
literally
not
states
remembering.
that he's
But
the weakest one, but you also can interpret from that line that she is also stronger than Kidomaru. And if that's true, and if you go with the higher scaling for him, she potentially could be extremely strong, but even then, she gets really scared of the fact that Kidomaru's around and tells her not to do anything anymore, and she's like, oh shit, never mind. So it's like really up to question with a lot of her like AP scaling. I think a fair assessment would say that both
wait, why?
Kidomaru and
Wait, so her AP scaling is in question because she got shook by Kimimaru? I don't agree with that.
Yuya are basically about the same, at least maybe in the same level of power, as she was able to slug
Oh,
Naruto
never mind,
pretty
never mind,
damn
never mind.
hard. And in
I see what he's saying. I see what he's saying because Kimimaru and Kimimaru were close enough, and then they said Tayuya was stronger than Kimimaru, but she feared Kimimaru. Okay, I see what he's saying.
her
I'm following. I'm following. I was confused there for a second.
KCS2 state, as she gets 10 times stronger, at the max you could put her at would be at town level. And that would go for the same as her durability as the rest of the Sound 4. And when it comes to her speed, it'd still be high hypersonic. Yet again, nobody in this arc has like crazy speed scaling here. Now, when it comes to her other abilities, she can use her summons, which have the ability to summon, I don't know what to really call them, like parasite tongues that feed off of physical energy that basically adequate to just stealing chakra, as physical energy in Naruto is just another word for chakra. On top of that, the flute she uses to control her summons also doubles as a genjutsu tool against her opponents. Overall,
I
looking at
forgot
her,
she could do
is
all that.
pretty formidable. Now, looking at Polnareff real quick,
I forgot, bro. I gotta rewatch that fight. Shikamaru versus Tayu. Bro, I forgot she could do all that shit. How the fuck did he beat her? Cause she definitely could put you in a genjutsu while controlling the puppets. Like that's pretty.
yeah, I don't think this fight's gonna be fair. So, in terms of speed here, this is probably the thing he's most notable for. In multiple occasions, has either tagged light, blocked light, or slashed light. He is definitely faster than light speeds at bare minimum. He has fought stands like Star Platinum and stands that have kind of challenged Star Platinum with some efficiency behind it. So I can confidently say for a fact he definitely belongs in at the highest levels, massively faster than light. And that's not with his armor off, as his stand, Silver Chariot, if his armor is taken off, gets even faster at the cost of him becoming weaker in terms of durability. But then when it comes to his AP, and I will bring up this now, but this will be used for Star Platinum later, is the Sun feat. I brought it up a lot of times here on the channel, but basically the stand, the Sun, is basically very similar to the Sun in a lot of its scaling. It fired off laser beams at Silver Chariot, which Silver Chariot reacted to, and counterattacked, and doing some quick maths. At a low ball has city level AP, at a mid ball has city level AP, and at a high ball, large mountain level AP. And when it comes to his durability, this is the same stand that has fought Star Platinum, who scales above him. So in terms of durability, it's basically the same as his AP, but you could argue, since this guy takes a lot of damage throughout the entire series, in this part and in others, as he's literally survived being chopped in half at Diavolo, his durability probably is significantly higher than his AP, which leads me into how this fight would play out. Tetsuya's abilities probably wouldn't work on the Crusaders for a number of
Tayuya.
reasons. Welcome to the category I've been slowly hinting at through the entire video. The opponent needs to have chakra so I can beat their ass category. Like the category says, a lot of the time in Naruto, the only way to beat your opponent is to manipulate their chakra network. But what happens when your opponent doesn't have a chakra network? Well, to put it in a layman's terms,
Oh, he's talking about for
nothing can
Neji.
happen. Her summons ability to steal physical energy, which is chakra, well, wouldn't do anything. It just has
No, no. See, this is where his bias for JoJo came in here. His bias for JoJo. Hold on. Let me read this real quick. Let me read this panel. They must be. These are trouble. If I keep taking on hungry chakra like this, I won't be able to use my own chakra anymore. So in search of stability, they're starved for physical energy. They're probably meaning their chakra major. So in search of stability, they're starved for physical energy. I don't know, man. He said because they don't have chakra. He's saying those things wouldn't just kill you. What? I thought those things like did something to your soul or some shit. I don't think it was only chakra based. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think you had to have chakra to get hurt by that. That doesn't make any sense. That is what he's saying. Does that sound like that makes sense? Am I tripping? But I remember watching that. I don't remember. I don't an attack like that. I don't think it was specifically to take someone's chakra. I'm pretty sure it dealt damage regardless, right? And even okay, let me just. I think
Polnareff
his
would get past
his
the
bias
things
came in
in
right
these
there,
manga
but
panels.
that's fine.
Nothing would happen to him or any other Stardust Crusaders. As guess what? They
See,
don't have
saying
chakra networks.
he said nothing will happen, nothing at all. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Chakra networks are only in Naruto as they're more of a biological thing that you get at birth. So what about Genjutsu? Would those work? No. As stated by Jiraiya of the legendary Sannin, Genjutsu affects all five senses that connect to the brain using the brain's chakra. Guess what? The
Nah,
Stardust Crusaders
see,
again.
nah. You're chatting. You're chatting. No. Okay, maybe he's right because I mean it's right here, but to control the chakra flowing through and linking their, but it still works on your senses. I don't. Oh, but Kabuto did turn his. No, but Kabuto. No. Oh no, but he did it to his chakra. Hmm. I'm trying to think because Kabuto did shut off his senses, but he still got Genjutsu because he had chakra. Yeah, it's no. Yeah. He got Genjutsu through the other senses, but it wasn't his eyes
Don't have a
or some
chakra
shit like
network.
that.
Genjutsus don't work on people that don't have chakra networks.
Editors
I
note in
just
the
don't agree
future,
with
this is
that.
a heavily debated.
I don't agree with that. I just don't. I just don't. I don't know why. He could be 100% right, but it feels disingenuous because it feels like well, it feels like he's just like it feels like he's giving all these advantages to JoJo. Like, bro, you can't. They can't see the stands, but they also can't attack them because they don't have chakra. Does that make any sense? Bro, these none of these niggas are real. So you gotta use what's it called? Your suspension of disbelief for some things, bro. You have to, because this just seems ridiculous to me. Like it just seemed like he wanted to shit on Naruto. And before the video started, I said JoJo's would win. I didn't know he was gonna say any of this. I didn't know he was gonna say they can't hit them with chakra attack or they don't have chakra, so Genjutsu doesn't work. And no, that's dumb as hell. That's dumb. Like, bro, even if it's true, because he's probably it sound he showed it right there, so it's probably true. But there's some things you could use your suspension of disbelief, bro. You're making a. He literally said in the beginning, this is a fun hypothetical, but he still went off the fact that you can't genjutsu someone because they don't have chakra, or you can't see their star plat or their you can't see their stand because they don't have stands themselves. Like that's you gotta apply it both ways. There's things Naruto characters could do that JoJo's niggas would not be able to react to at all. Like Genjutsu. Like, bro, you can't just say, oh, because he doesn't have chakra. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Debated subject and its effects are still up in the air. We don't know rather or not the flute or genjutsus would work. However, in this situation, even if it worked, the stand users could just break out
Wait,
and
why does it
allow
sound
their
like that?
stands to inflict pain on the user. Since Shikamaru escaped by doing the same thing with his shadows, we saw many times in the past where stands, which didn't really express that much individuality, act as if it was a separate individual with a
Okay, that I agree with. Wait, why does it sound like that now? She said, um, you can inflict pain, or like I think the stands would be able to wake JoJo's characters up out of a genjutsu though. I feel like they would because the tailed beast could do that. Like so, see that's an easy. You see how fast I
on
just
their
came up
own,
with that
like
counter?
Star Platinum.
He didn't have to
Even if
take
the
away
user can't
genjutsu. Like
consciously
that doesn't
command
make any
them,
sense.
this aspect will allow them to take the initiative and break the user out from the genjutsu.
This fight would basically just be Polnareff being confused half the time fighting all of her abilities, as her entire arsenal literally is not effective against Polnareff. They actually would do no effect. And since Polnareff has such a
Uh,
massive advantage in stats, he would just simply speed Blitzer and one shot. In all honesty, it's really one-sided.
oh, that I
I'm,
believe.
I'm kind of sorry for her. So moving on to our
Yeah,
next
that I
fight,
believe.
Muhammad Abdul versus Sakon and Yukon.
Muhammad
Starting with the
Abdul.
brothers first, they are stated to be the strongest out of the Sound Four, without any weird scaling from the previous
The
parts.
strongest?
Into that theoretical
Wait.
scaling. They are confirmed.
Wait. That was stated? I don't see
Competent
that.
to be the strongest out of the four. Leading into the idea when it comes to their attack potency would be at Yorobo's highest, meaning Small Town Plus, in their Curse Mark level 2 forms, thanks to Kabuto's statements. And when it comes to durability, same as before, it's exactly like their AP. Now, of course, does their speed change, being the strongest? Probably not. It's still hypersonic, but I'd argue since they are quote-unquote the strongest, I would feel like they would be at least high hypersonic plus, in all fairness. Now, the reason why they're probably deemed the strongest out of the
Why
Sound
did
Four is
Kiba
because,
fight the
well,
strongest?
There's two of them that inhabit one body, and both of them have the same stats, and they are, at least from what we know, the physically strongest out of all of them. And not to mention, on top of all of that, they might actually have the best ability. Their Parasite Demon Demolition technique has the ability to, at least in their Curse Mark level 2 states, inhabit other people's bodies. And due to the nature of the Curse Marks, it solely can kill a person. They are a very lethal pairing, and now I can understand
Oh, they
why
can do
are
that?
deemed the strongest.
Wait, nigga, I need to rewatch Naruto. I forgot they could do that shit. I ain't gonna lie.
So what does Avdol have?
I do remember that now, though.
Well, this is where we get into the weird JoJo scaling. While Avdol has defeated Polnareff twice in the same fight and has subdued Star Platinum, he does have a lot of outlier feats that just kind of make him kind of mid. Like, he gets grazed by a bullet from the Stand the Emperor and he's like KO'd, and then just comes back and it's just like, what? On top of that, Araki thought his
Wait, but does that make him mid? I think a bullet, bro. If we're being real, a gun would be effective in most anime, except for like Dragon Ball Z or like anime where like bullets obviously wouldn't affect them. But like Naruto, a gun is killing a lot of niggas in Naruto. I'm sorry, a gun is killing a lot of niggas in Hunter x Hunter, Yu Yu Hakusho. Well, maybe. Um, shit, One Piece, like, well, yeah, I feel One Piece because they be using swords in One Piece, so why wouldn't a gun work? Yeah, so I don't. For being honest, a gun would hurt a lot of niggas. A bullet?
That's why he shelved him for a little bit to come back then to only get killed again for reals this time. So it's like double what? Out of all the Stardust Crusaders, he is definitely the most underutilized by a lot. And to describe him as a super
that nigga, what's the movie with? What's that movie called? With the guy who loses his dog. What's that shit? John Wick. That nigga John Wick would be Madara in Naruto. No cap. That nigga would be Madara. That nigga's killing everybody.
If it wasn't for getting folded by Whole Horse's Emperor with one shot to grazing his dome, I would say he clears this fight, just going off the fact that he beat Silver Chariot in early part 3. But since he did get grazed and one-shotted, I don't know what to really say about him. So I think this matchup could be like 50-50. 2 against 1 is a pretty significant factor, and the brothers are not weak and do got some very powerful hacks behind their abilities. But Avdol is pretty smart, so it's very, very contentious. I don't really know what to say. I guess maybe just due to the stat advantage, I'd say Avdol, but to be honest, I might be on the fence on this one. Because the brothers do have at least the first gate Rashomon, so it's like, damn, kind of got that dog in them. Alright, the final 2 fights within this arc. Jotaro versus Kimimaru. Starting off with Jotaro first, as I know him extremely well. Jotaro Kujo is one.
Guys, come on, look, what are we doing here? Jotaro versus Kimimaru? Jotaro's gonna beat the shit out that. Come on, bro. See, he knew what he was doing when he made this video. Come on, Metas. You knew what you was doing. Bro, he put Jotaro against Kimimaru. Didn't Jotaro fight Dio? How the fuck, what would Kimimaru do to him? What is this?
One of the strongest characters in JoJo by far. Thanks to all the Stardust Crusaders at one point or another saying that Jotaro is stronger than them.
I say his whole name. Jotaro is one of the strongest in his show. Kimimaru is nowhere. I guess if you count Naruto Part 1. If you said who is the strongest in Naruto Part 1, I would probably, okay, Kimimaru's up there. I would say it goes Orochimaru, and then probably maybe Orochimaru, then probably like the Jiraiya. It would go like the Sage niggas, then like the Hokage, then Kakashi. I think Kakashi can hang with Kimimaro. Okay, so no, never mind. I don't think he's still not one of the strongest. Not even in part one. Gara, Gara fought literally. Well, Kimimaro almost killed Gara, so I'm not gonna say Gara.
Basically use
But yeah,
all
he's
their
still
feats
not
they've
up there
ever
though.
done
He's
against the
not.
Crusaders and just base it off
Not
of
even
that,
part
which
one.
brings me back to the Sun feat by Silver Chariot. Polnareff has stated on
If
multiple
Kimimaro, if Kimimaro fought the same Naruto that Sasuke, he's not even stronger than Sasuke. If Kimimaro fought the same Naruto that Sasuke fought in the Hidden Valley, when he like transformed and started using the Nine Tails chakra, it's raps. It's raps for Kimimaro. It's up.
that
I'm
Jotaro
sorry.
and Star Platinum
Sa-
are
like
way stronger
Sasuke
than him.
only won because
Putting
he had
his
plot
AP
armor.
anywhere in that small city to large mountain level plus ranges, and it is probably the higher ones that make more sense, as everybody just blatantly says that Jotaro is just a freak of nature with an abnormal level of strength, as he fights a character with the literal same stats being Dio and the world, who is able to tank and throw out the same level of blows to Dio. And when it comes to speed, there is a metric ass ton of statements and feats just blatantly saying he's faster than light, coming from part 6 and part 3, and outscales characters who have been calced at massively faster than light speed, so he would be confidently placed at massively faster than light plus speeds. And when it comes to his durability, it is probably significantly higher than his AP, as, like I said previously, he fought Dio, who basically has the same stats as himself, and was able to survive those same AP blows. And it only gets better. Jotaro's thing for quite a while was his insane precision thanks to Star Platinum, being able to see miles away, similar to the Byakugan from part 2 of Naruto. On top of that, having the ability to stop time for 5 whole seconds. Jotaro's really nasty. He's a monster. But Kimimaro still has that dog in him too. He effortlessly beats down hundreds of Naruto shadow clones who are in a feral state thanks to the Nine Tails. And eventually when he fights Gaara, who throws an entire sand mountain at him, he tanks it and proceeds to try to attack Gaara right after that, reasonably putting him at a low ball mountain level, and at his highest, thanks to his Curse Mark 2 level state, large mountain level. In terms of speed, because he scales off of all the previous Sound 4 members, he's definitely Hypersonic Plus, but since he's fighting Naruto clones who are infected by the Nine Tails, massively Hypersonic Plus does work here as well. But in the Land of Waves arc, Naruto in a feral state did do a light speed feat. And since Naruto has gotten a lot stronger since then, it could be reasonable to say here that Kimimaro probably is light speed here, as Kimimaro effortlessly beats a whole bunch of feral Naruto clones. And on top of that, his durability is probably the same as his AP as per usual. But when it comes to his abilities, he does have a pretty cool set. I won't lie, the ability to manipulate your bones is pretty useful, as he's able to fire them out or use them as swords or spears, stating said bones are as hard as steel. So, who wins? Well, I can't answer that question, as I'm not actually going to let them fight the whole time. Since I'm trying to make this very similar to the original Naruto,
Jotaro
Sasuke
wins.
eventually gets out of the seal and, of course,
Come on now.
Jotaro, of course, follows after him. Leading
He
to the
knows
question,
Jotaro
how much
wins.
damage has Jotaro dealt to Kimimaro? In all honesty,
Can't he
due to
stop
the
time?
massive speed advantage here and time stop being a way better hack.
Bro, he
than
can
anything
stop
Kimimaro
time,
has,
bro.
I
Kimimaro,
definitely
come on.
would have to say Kimimaro was probably going to lose that fight, definitely. On top of the fact that Kimimaro can't see Star Platinum, so he basically would be fighting a ghost that was way stronger than him to begin with, so that probably was difficult to fight this whole time. Probably would be in a worse condition than the original story. But who comes to Jotaro's aid? Well, that would be Polnareff and Iggy, filling in the roles of Gaara and Rock Lee. And to quickly go over Iggy's stats, basically during its introduction and his fight with Pet Shop, you can determine that the statement of him being stronger than Polnareff is pretty accurate. Now, Iggy being stronger than Jotaro, that one's a bit fishy under the context of that whole few pages. It is supposed to be taken as a joke, but it would basically just be two Polnareffs versus Kimimaro, with one of them having the ability to sand manipulate, which they primarily use just to make illusions or defensive objects. Since Kimimaro is already heavily weakened and probably is going to use his Curse Mark level 2 state, it basically just becomes a game of how fast is Kimimaro going to die. probably the same amount of time it took like in the original story, with Polnareff and Iggy probably taking heavy amounts of damage, just like in the original story with Lee and Gaara, as Kimimaro is very similar in
He's
scale.
given, I'm not gonna lie, he's giving Kimimaro a lot of credit here. Because I'm not gonna lie, bro, JoJo's characters are not Naruto, bro. If all three of them niggas was fighting Kimimaro, I'm pretty sure they would just. I don't think he'd get any damage off. Bro, I'm sorry. If a nigga pulled up to help Jotaro alone is too much. Am I overhyping JoJo's characters? Am I tripping? Oh, maybe I'm tripping, bro. I gotta be.
To
This shouldn't even be a fight.
Funny enough, this fight also mirrors the Vanilla Ice fight. That's just kind of weird. What if Iggy dies again? That would be so comically funny. It probably doesn't happen, but it would be funny. All right, last round: Jotaro Kujo versus Sasuke Uchiha from the end of part 1.
I was not
We've already
expecting
talked about Jotaro. We'll just jump into Sasuke. Surprisingly, him and Kimimaro are very similar, which kind of shocks me that nobody's done a matchup between those two. Somebody get on that. Before
Me
getting to
too.
Tomo
I'm actually
Sharingan
shocked about
and
that
his
too.
Second curse mark level, Sasuke's somewhere around that multi-city block, massively hypersonic plus speeds. But after gaining his 3 Tomo Sharingan and his second release, and fighting a Naruto with his Nine Tails cloak, I would definitely
armor.
say he's in that same level as Kimimaro now.
Bro, I'm sorry.
And
Even
speed and
Sasuke with the
having
curse mark is
maybe
not
somewhere
beating
that large
Naruto
mountain level
with no
scale
cloak.
on the higher end of that. As his final clash with Naruto kind of proves that he's in that level now. Like I've said previous, the main reason why he's at this level now is because of his second level curse mark, which arguably is a lot stronger than even Kimimaru's curse mark, which Kabuto was kind of wondering about. The fact that Sasuke went from not even being close to the Sound Force level to, in one go, being even damn near Kimimaru's level is kind of insane. And we still have to talk about Sasuke's newly acquired 3 Tomo Sharingan, which possesses a lot of new abilities. Some of the biggest ones being able to copy taijutsu and just regular jutsu in general, if the user is physically capable of doing it. On top of all of that, their eyesight is like wicked strong.
Copy taijutsu. See that there I think he was wrong about that. He was right, but Sasuke already knew how to do that. He copied Lee's speed way like in the tuning exams arc with like the 2 Tomo. He could already do that.
See chakra networks and objects on a cellular level.
Oh, he's gonna say he can't see chakra networks.
Their eyes are so good at tracking things. Their analytical prediction is so good. They can see their opponent's movements before they even do them, and also have the ability to get out of genjutsus if they're under one.
Oh, I like how they're showing it in the panel. I've never seen that before. I didn't read Naruto. I watched it, but that was pretty cool. I never seen them. They never
possibly could see Star Platinum, maybe, as there are a few examples of the Sharingan being able to see invisible individuals and entities. So it begs the question: could Sasuke see Star Platinum and copy his movements with his taijutsu copy?
I don't know about that.
I don't really know, because how
copy his movements is crazy.
Invisible entities or individuals is weird. They can just see them, but it's never explained why they can see them. It's probably due to
because they have chakra.
Both their analytical abilities and their chakra seeing abilities.
No, I think it's because they can see the chakra. Yeah, it's the chakra. So he's gonna say that, and he's gonna say, "Oh well, Jotaro Stan doesn't have chakra, so he can't actually see it." Yeah, I would agree with that, honestly.
Being able to see these individuals.
That's why they can see people invisible, because their chakra network isn't invisible.
It's probably that the Sharingan couldn't see Star Platinum. Due to the fact that it's not chakra based, Star Platinum is more like a psychological, biological thing attached to Jotaro now, and has no connection to the Naruto world's chakra network system and how that whole thing works out in that universe's lore and biology. And even if it did see it, there is one caveat with the Sharingan: if the person they are fighting is way faster than them, the Sharingan
it wouldn't matter.
Wane, and they won't be able to perceive them as they're way too fast for them. So all their copying and prediction of movement kind of falls behind. Basically, if you want to see it like this, it's still a negative situation for Sasuke, as Jotaro and Star Platinum are way faster as they are massively faster in Light Plus, and he's still at light speed at maximum. Or he can't see them at all, and that's still a bigger problem for them. So it's still not good for him either way. So how is this fight going to play out? Who's going to be dealing damage? What's happening here? What's the overall battle going to look like? In terms of stats, the only thing Sasuke is really lacking here is in speed, but in terms of AP and durability, Jotaro is barely edging him out, so it's still kind of even. And while Sasuke does have ranged abilities, very similar to how it went down in the original fight, Star Platinum could similarly either swallow or yell away his fire techniques. As in the
Do
past,
what now?
Jotaro and Star Platinum have sucked in whole towns worth of air, or used Time Stop as a mediary counter to get away from these long range attacks. Even when these guys are at their full power, with no rage boost, we'll talk about that soon, it looks like Jotaro slightly edges out Sasuke due to the fact that he has
Slightly?
and Time Stop is probably
This
going to
nigga
play a
is.
pretty crucial role here.
Wait,
as
I
stopping
must.
time
Hold
is
on.
probably better than
Let me
the
let him
Sharingan,
finish.
at least at this age. Eventually, when Sasuke gets older in part 2, that's a completely different story for another day. But
Oh?
right now, Time Stop is looking like
Wait.
like, come on, you have to agree. If your opponent's standing still for 5 seconds or able to land any blow you want,
Yeah, you're fucking
pretty
dead.
nuts. And to kind of close the case, if he can win this fight against Sasuke, we'll talk about the rage boost. Previously to this, I think he would have won, probably barely edging him out. But now, thanks to reaching a breaking point with his emotions, Jotaro can enter a state where he just gets way angry and way stronger. In the fight against Dio, Dio awakens to his full powers after drinking Joseph's blood. Previous in part 1, Phantom Blood, Sapelli states that Dio is 5 times stronger than him and Jonathan. And in part 3, he states after getting Joseph's blood that he's never felt this kind of high before in power, meaning Dio's multiplier here would be at least 5 times plus. But then Jotaro proceeds to get angry and then surpass his new power, arguably at its highest since Jotaro one-shots Dio when he's at his literal limit, is probably 10 times stronger than Dio in his awakened state, basically meaning that Jotaro enters his own Curse Mark II level state. With all that being said, and with
See, like, that's what I meant by like JoJo seems so like silly. That was a perfect scene. Like, bro, Jotaro took someone's blood, but he also has like an invisible body that's always with him with like all these crazy abilities, and he can freeze time, and I think he can fly, and he's a vampire. Like, it doesn't that sound silly? Am I tripping? Whatever. But let me finish this real quick. Let me
on
let
being
him.
at its maximum, I still think Jotaro still beats him in terms of stats and hacks thanks to Time Stop and his own Rage Boost. But it probably wasn't an easy fight
My
for
back is
Jotaro
killing
and
me. Hurry up,
JoJo
Meta, so
fans.
I can
This
end
is
this
pretty
video.
close, honestly. I'm not
You
gonna
know what?
lie. A lot of these fights were. So to come back to the original point of this video, could the Stardust Crusaders retrieve Sasuke from the Sound 4? Yeah, I think they could. It definitely won't be easy. Some Stardust Crusaders will die, maybe depending on the scenario. Others will be heavily damaged or critically injured.
Really?
Or
Okay, hold on. Let me. Okay, he's pretty much done. I really gotta say this. I really gotta say this. He's okay. So he said that he said some of them might die or get really injured. Maybe when I think of Stardust Crusaders, I'm pretty much just thinking about Jotaro. But like, so maybe I'm overestimating these JoJo's characters because I thought, bro, I didn't think it'd be close. I didn't think it was close at all. But hey, man, I didn't watch JoJo, so he'd known better than me. There was some things that I disagreed with like the Sharingan and the chakra shit. Um, I feel like in this case, I mean, he did the best he could with it, right? But he said they can't see the thing and the stand, and it's like I understand that, but I think in some cases you should uh so give do your what's it called? Understand suspension of disbelief sometimes because just to make the fight fun, you know? Like why not? Because I think if they can't see them, it's GG's, bro. Like there's no way any Naruto character, if unless you have a Sharingan, in which even then no, unless and then you get to Shippuden. I would have said the JoJo's would have still won. I thought they were still stronger than Shippuden characters from what I've heard and what I've reacted to. But I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. Based on what him just saying that, maybe Shippuden characters could hang with JoJo's niggas. I don't know. But yeah, that was a good video, man. I hope y'all enjoyed that vid, man. My back is killing me. I hope y'all enjoyed that. That was a good vid. I enjoyed that. If you guys want to see more reactions like this, please hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you get notified every motherfucking time that I upload. But yeah, I'm out of this bitch. Oh, and for everyone who wants the JoJo's reactions, please put or comment them. Put it in the comments, bro. Put it in the comments. Any fight you want to see me react to from JoJo's, put it in the comments, bro. Or anything JoJo's related, or any anime. How about that? Any anime, regardless. Put it in the comments. I need more comments because I want to know what you guys want to see, and I don't know if you guys don't say anything, right? Like I don't know what to react to, what my viewers, what my subscribers want me to react to, unless they tell me. I know I got some people that want to see Overwatch. I mean, not Overwatch, but Team Fortress 2, and JoJo's. Those are like the main two that like gets the views. So yeah, I'm out of here. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Peace.